What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to be getting into this West Coast Conference Tournament Predictions. Yes, this is going to be my first tournament predictions of the year as the West Coast Conference is officially done. So why not have some fun with this? It's actually a big conference if you realize there are 3 teams in Joe Lundardi's tournament bracket right now. And then there's BYU, which is on the first 4 out. So it's actually really big right now. And actually, Gonzaga lost to St. Mary's, if you did not know, last night. St. Mary's just played like the better team last game, and that was enough for them to get the win. But I think that loss might have helped Gonzaga out a bit going into this tournament, so they're more prepared for some of these teams. If you remember 3 years ago, I think St. Mary's actually beat Gonzaga to make the tournament. So that was interesting. But anyway, let's get into this tournament. And that's going to start out with this LMU game against Pacific. And Pacific, LMU Pacific, they're just not the greatest, I think, either of them. Actually, I have this flipped. Pacific is that 8 seed. Hey, let me just fix this real quick. My bad. And LMU is the 9 seed. So I don't think that changes anything. I do think LMU gets this win. They're just coming off a win last game, but I think this game could go either way, basically. It's an 8 versus 9 matchup. So LMU, I do think, wins to advance to play BYU in the next round. Then I think we got a tougher matchup to pick down here, which is San Diego against Pepperdine. And I know you might be thinking, well, this is a 7 versus 10. Shouldn't San Diego be able to win? Well, San Diego's lost 3 straight. Pepperdine has lost 6 straight, but still, I think this Pepperdine team's been getting some teams some challenges and really are trying their best to come up with some wins, but it's difficult for this team here. But they're doing decent. I don't think this team is gonna have a good run, but I think this Pepperdine team will give San Diego a fight. San Diego is not the best team, so I think they're gonna leave San Diego a little bit hard fought in that game. But San Diego ultimately will get the win to advance on. And then, moving on, we're on the Friday games now, and that's going to start out with this BYU LMU game. Now, LMU just coming off a win against Pacific. Again, a toss-up game. I feel like they're going to be a little bit winded, but they also get that experience off their back. So I don't think they win this game, though. BYU crushed them a couple days ago. So BYU, I think, easily gets this win and advances on to the next round to play San Francisco in a must-win game. All right, moving on over here, we got Portland and San Diego. And this one's kind of easy for me to pick. I know these 2 teams are very close in standing-wise, but Portland, I feel like, is the better team at 17-13. San Diego is 14-15. And San Diego, I think, is going to come off, a little bit winded. Pepperdine gave them a fight. And they're going to be a little bit tired in this game. So I'm going to go Portland in that game. So no upsets on these Friday games. Now we're going to move on to these Saturday games. And, of course, we're starting with San Francisco and BYU. Now, this is a must-win game for both of these teams. San Francisco is in the tournament right now at 23-8. BYU also in the tournament right now. If we count that win, they'll be 22-9. Well, they're not in the tournament, but they are in the bubble. Both these teams are in the bubble. San Francisco last 4 byes, BYU's first 4 out. And I feel like that game against LMU might actually help BYU a lot. They're going to get some game off their back, but they're also not going to be winded. I feel like this team's going to blow out LMU. If LMU gives them a fight, then maybe this is a more interesting, and BYU doesn't really have that advantage of playing because they're a little bit more winded from that last game. But I don't think that happens. I feel like Mark Pope's going to get this team ready. These 2 teams are split this year. and BYU picks up a huge upset to advance on to play Gonzaga. And I feel like this game, whoever wins this game will be in the tournament. Whoever loses this game will be out. So I feel like BYU is going to overtake San Francisco in the tournament. And at least it's not a guarantee, but BYU, I think, is going to be in a solid spot to make the tournament by the end of the year. But we'll see what happens there. That's a good game. I feel like that game can go either way. I'm going to give the slight edge to the Cougars there, though. All right, so we're going to move on to Portland against Santa Clara. And this Santa Clara team, kind of surprising that they're a 3 seed. I feel like Portland is a decent enough team. But Santa Clara, still playing good. I mean, Santa Clara has had a good year. I got to respect that. I don't think they get upset in this game, so I'm going to go Santa Clara. But I do feel like Portland's going to give them a run for their money, and I feel like this game will be a lot closer than other people think. So moving on to this game, we got BYU against Gonzaga, and Gonzaga has a dirty taste in their mouth now from losing to St. Mary's in the last game. And I feel like they're just going to run all over my Cougars. But Gonzaga, Cougars might give them a fight. But the Bulldogs, they've already just ran over BYU in their first 2 games. I don't see it being different. I think Gonzaga wins, but for BYU to get to this point is quite impressive either way. So yeah, let's move on to the St. Mary's against Santa Clara game. And I feel like this is an easy one for St. Mary's. Santa Clara coming off a tough match against Portland that they'll barely win. And St. Mary's is the better team. So I feel like those 2 games are quite easy to predict. So now we got Gonzaga, St. Mary's for the championship. And there's just no way I see St. Mary's winning 2 times in a row against the Bulldogs. Gonzaga is going to dominate this game. And I feel like they're going to win and be the champion. So yeah, that's my West Coast Conference tournament. Hopefully you guys are all, you enjoy the content, and hopefully you all are excited for this tournament. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. But anyway, guys, thank you all for watching. Peace out.